Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to live stream 52, man. Live stream 52. We're back at it again on this lovely, lovely Saturday. Hopefully everyone out there is doing well, doing great. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we give it up, man, on this channel for sure. All right. Well, we're gonna have some fun tonight, man. So lately I've been talking to a lot of people in the fragrance community, been coming on the live streams. Last week we had my guy Drew from Kingsgate Fragrances last week. Hopefully you guys was able to catch that one out or watch it on the playback. But tonight got another special guest, man. This gentleman has been nothing but cool, nice to me, and very positive dude. I always love every time me and Hez have a conversation. He's building a brand, and it has a lot of positive things going on about it out here in the fragrance community. So we're going to be bringing on my guy Hez Parfums on in just a little bit. We're going to rock out. Y'all know it's football season. All right. So, we'll probably be expecting more of an intimate crowd. I'm a huge football fan, sports fan myself. I actually launched my second YouTube channel this past week. The Sports Desk Live on YouTube. So we do nothing but sports over on the other channel. Me and some of my best friends having a good time over there. So been very, very busy all week. It's been more of a busy week than I wanted it to be, but it's all good. All right. So I chilled most of the day, and we're gonna get ready to have some fun. So I'm gonna go through some comments, drop your scents of the days. Speaking of scent of the day, I am wearing a classic, man. This is one of my favorite cozy boy fragrances, as I call it. It smells so good coming off me right now. Just so good. From the house of Dolce & Gabbana, we have the OG, the original, the One EDT. The One EDT is what I am wearing tonight. Man, this is a cozy boy special, man. The cardamom and the ginger and the orange blossom and the tobacco leaf. Very sexy. Very just very nice, man. I love this stuff. I know the EDP gets a lot of love, and Luminous Nights and the Mysterious Night, all that. Everybody shows a lot of love to those fragrances. But for me personally, man, like, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Very cozy boy. Today I went to the gym. Came back home from the gym, hung out with my sons. I was in daddy mode big time today. My wife went out and, she was hanging out with her homegirls and stuff like that. So me and the boys, we were just kicking it, man. We were just kicking at the house, and that was fine with me, man, watching some football. So other than that, drop your sense of the day. Let's get these comments going, man. We're going to bring on Hez here around about 7:10. 7:10, we're going to bring Hez on. Just want to go through the comments and show everybody some love before we get started. We got my guy, Unc CJ, in the building for sure. I'm gonna say it now. He says Bourbon Street is fire. Yes, as his very first creation that we learned, Bourbon Street. Yes, I am a big fan of that for sure. We got my guy Mikey in the building. He said, this is the earlier comment. He'll be tapping into the stream. I got my notifications on, and there is Mikey right there. We in here. All right. So shout out Mike from My Smell. We got my guy Joel in the house. Joel is wearing Afnan Highness. Blue bottle number 6. Okay, Joel got all the Middle Easterns on lock. What does that smell like, Joel? Tell me. All right. Everybody showing love. There's Hez showing love. He just got in the green room, but there he is showing love as we first got started. Okay. Let's see. Joel says Hez is going to crush it. Absolutely. Me and Hez gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a conversation for sure. And we got something special planned for y'all. So y'all keep rocking, all right. Michael W in the house. What's up, Smell Good family? What's up, Mike? Glad you could join us on this live stream. DeJean Polk, we live. Yes, sir. Gabe in the house. Yo, what's going on, man? Jim Little, what's happening? Luke, what's up? Mark Bell, what's up? I love the love, man. Everybody's showing up in the chat. Joel says, you're great, Dedrick, to bring on different people on your channel. Yeah, man, I can't take credit for it, man. I got to give my guy Ross TLTG Reviews, EQ. I seen them do it. They showed me love and brought me on. So I believe live streams are way different from video reviews. This is a chance to bring the community together. And I don't tolerate any nonsense. So I'm all about the positive vibes, man. So good energy, great vibes. And that's what we've had so far on this live stream. All right. So shout out my moderators as well, who moderate the chat and gets any kind of foolishness out of here that we ain't rocking with. And you know, we're just gonna keep it going, man. We're gonna keep the love going. All right. Appreciate that though, Joel. Sun Devil 09. Hello, Dedrick and everyone. Sun Devil, glad you could join us, man. Hopefully everything is well. Beard Son, one of the best names on YouTube. What's good, everyone? Scent of the day, La Nuit de L'Homme, a classic. We got my guy Hidden Gems in the house. What's going on, my guy? Hopefully all is well. Antonio Harvey, what's good? Smell good, family. Scent of the day, Neroli Portofino, great stuff. Layered with Virgin Island water, just because. Oh, you weren't playing with him today, huh? You meant business today, sir. You meant business today. Jim Little, scent of the day, maybe what is it? Altair. Oh, that's the new Parfums de Marley, I think. I'm not convinced. I got a real sample. Wasn't right size. And doesn't smell like the note suggests or how it's been. Well, where'd you get it from, Jim? Where'd you get it from? Dijon says he's wearing Al Hermain Amber Musk. Good stuff. Joel says hit that thumbs up. That's right. Currently, we have 26 people in the chat. Do us a favor. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. It takes a half a second, and it doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't cost you a dime to hit the thumbs up. All right. Mike says, I'm waiting this live stream with the man from Hez Parfums. I took advantage of their August sale and went on a fragrance haul. I now have 5 of their fragrances, and they're all good ones. Okay, that's what I'm pretty sure Hez loves hearing that, for sure. Gabe saying in the day, Latif Rock Wood Intense. That's a very good one. Hez getting love in the chat. Everybody, Hidden Gem says looking forward to the combo for sure. JN, send the day, Berlintia EDP by Maison Alhambra. Go get it, people. Okay, is it a clone of something? Like, what is it? Is it a clone? What we got going on with that, man? Everybody showing up. Mark Bell, send the day, Polo Blue. All right, you are smelling very classic today. Dan, not the man, another great name. Another one of the great names on YouTube. Happy Saturday, everyone. How's it going? Scent of the day, Milestone. Can't beat that. Club de Nuit for sure. All right. The official Quan, scent of the day, Zaharoff Signature Rose, the greatest rose fragrance that's ever been composed to my nose thus far is Signature Rose by Zaharoff. That's just my opinion, and I'm rolling with it. All right. Let's see who else we got in here. Head showing love. Don, evening, bro. What's going on, Don? Scent of the day, Creed, Millicine Imperial. One of the more unique DNAs of all time, especially when it came out. Millicine Imperial was so different, man. And it's still holding it down to this day for sure. In the Gems, Aqua de Parma Colonia. Okay, Pura is scent of the day. All right, smelling fresh and clean. The Sun Devil wearing Prada Water Splash. Oh, you definitely smelling fresh. Water Splash is underrated. Everybody loves a Prada L'Homme Intense, but that Water Splash is underrated. Got my baby love in the building saying it was good. HD, what up, D? How you feeling today? I'm good, man. I'm good. Can't complain. I needed a good chill day. I've been very busy this week, more than I wanted to be. Went to the gym this morning, and I came home and was in daddy mode with my sons. And now I'm on the live stream with y'all. All right, so just chilling. All right. Let's get the likes up, people, for sure. We got 30 people in the chat right now. I'm going to take a couple more comments for about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to get Hez in on the screen. All right. What else we got? Callie's Groom Room. My guy Callie, what's up, man? My man Dedrick. I'm excited with this live with Hez for sure. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for rocking. I see one guy I got to get to before we Jim Little says tracking. Okay, Jim Little, I appreciate that, man. I'll pick it up Monday morning for sure. A former Celtics fan. He changed his avatar because this man just discovered Versace Eros EDT, and it's got him gone, y'all. It's got him gone. So he's changed his avatar to the Eros bottle. I find that hilarious because he mean that thing, y'all. He mean that. And I think it's dope. He found something that he loves, and he's going to be wearing. So I think it's dope. All right, y'all. We're going to take a couple more, and we're going to bring his in. Okay. I smell. Mikey says, not even hyping it. Cafe Beignet is legit good. Cafe Beignet could put you in jail. If you wear Cafe Beignet out and about somewhere, that stuff can get you locked up, man. The ladies would look, man. We'll talk about it. Here's about on the way. He on the way right now. Last comment, man. We're gonna bring his in. CJ Smell Good Family at the cookout. No earbuds. Y'all hit that like and share. Spacker up. Send it today. Perry Ellis Aqua Extreme. Appreciate your man. You smelling great. I'm gonna see if we got any more questions. Everybody just showing love. Lavelle, what's up, man? I see you in the chat. Let's see. Anybody asking any specific questions for me right now? Nope. Jared Miller's in the house. We got Shoshana in the house. My sister's in the house. Jared Miller is in the house. Not so famous YouTuber is in the house. Jason's in the house. But we loaded. We got 43 strong. The audience is building for this anticipated interview with my guy Hez Parfums. All right. Let's see who else we got. What else? All right. So we're at the bottom now. Y'all forgive me now. I'm going to be doing this interview with Hez. And if I miss anything in the comments, I'm going to try not to. My moderators who are on, if you see any specific questions, let me know and I can get back to them. And if I see anything for Hez, then I'm going to make sure I ask Hez as soon as I see the questions. All right, y'all. Without further ado, let me turn my party music down. Y'all know how I do. I got to pay a little tunes, man, to get the energy up before we get going. But without further ado, I'm going to bring in my man who's got a lot of steam out here in the community. My guy, Hez Parfums. Hez.
Hey, what's up, Dedrick? What's up, man?
How you doing? How you doing today, man?
I'm good. Doing great. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
I can. Perfect. I can hear you perfect.
Awesome. I've had some audio issues in the past. I don't want to.
All good.
Yeah.
Well, first off, man, how's your day going today, man? How's your day?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm blessed, man. How's yours?
Hey, I can't complain, man. A much needed chill day for me. So I've been chilling, hanging out with my sons today. So everything's cool for sure.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. It's finally nice to meet you virtually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked
Absolutely.
a lot through. Yeah, we talked a lot through Instagram and emails and things like that. Congratulations on all your success and
Thank
all
you very
the
much.
momentum.
Yeah.
And the momentum, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, you're a big part of that. I have to say, thank you also. I mean, you've been a supporter of mine since the beginning. You've done a lot for me, help me get the word out there, and much love to you for real. So,
well, yeah, no problem, man. Your products, they're good. And you are definitely making some nice momentum out here in Fragcom and in this small space of YouTube. It doesn't take a long time for word to travel fast. So, I'm pretty sure you've been experiencing some good positive vibes for sure, man. Well, as always, my man, like everybody who comes on, Hez, what is your scent today? What are you wearing today, my man?
Blue Dog.
Blue Dog. Okay.
Yeah, gotta represent. Yeah, gotta represent. I should have probably wore something else that wasn't my fragrance, but yeah, it wasn't no. It wasn't intended to be like I only wear my just so happens to be my scent of the day today.
Yeah, man, rep the brand. You got to rep the brand. I feel
that's right. Yeah, I mean, I do wear other stuff also, but yeah, it just so happens to be my scent of the day.
Well, I'm definitely going to ask you a hard hitting question towards the end of tonight, since Hez did say that he wears other things. So I know y'all know the question that I'm going to ask Hez when we get to the end of the stream. All right, Hez, let's go ahead and get started, man, because a lot of people, they haven't really, I've only seen you on a previous live stream, I think one time. So I haven't really had the chance to hear from you or kind of get to know you a bit. So this is what, we're going to do here. We want to get to know Hez Parfums, man. We want to get to know you, man. So first up, man, tell the Smell Good family just a little bit about yourself, man. Tell us about who Hez is, man.
Yeah. Well, hello, Smell Good family. It's so good to be able to come on here and share a little bit about myself. I talked to a lot of you on the chat, and we built a lot of connections. Most of you know me and support me, and I just want to say, with this opportunity that I appreciate every single one of you, all the support that that the Smell Good family and beyond, just the fragrance community in general has given me. Is really tremendous. And to start off, before I say anything else, I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much and all the love and support. I wouldn't be here with this interview or talking about any of these fragrances if it wasn't for that. So thank you all very much for that.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
dope.
So yeah, I mean, thank you also, Dedrick, for having me. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
I don't really come on camera that often. I'm not, the most comfortable on camera, but I do appreciate the opportunity to come on here, share a little bit about myself.
Yes, sir.
Most of you know from my branding that I'm from New Orleans. I'm a big New Orleans guy. That's kind of who I am. I represent it, the 504.
Right.
So, um, and my perfuming style or my branding is based on New Orleans, but it's mainly based on myself. It represents me. So even though it comes out as a New Orleans themed brand, most of my fragrances are actually based on personal experiences that I had in New Orleans, in some time in my life. So a little bit about myself, like I said, I am originally from New Orleans. I've, moved around quite a bit, especially in my younger years. I moved to, different places throughout the South and in the West. I'd spent some time in Memphis, Tennessee. I even lived in California for a few years. So I got a lot of exposure to different cities, different cultures. But there really is no place to me that is home quite like New Orleans is. I mean, that's really where I belong.
Gotcha.
Everywhere, yeah, everywhere else I go, I'm just the guy from New Orleans that's there, So, um, unfortunately now, and at this time in my life, I'm not actually living in New Orleans. I would like to be, but a few years ago, I would say, it's actually been quite a few years ago, we moved to Houston, Texas. The
Okay.
reason why we moved to Houston is to be closer to the medical center that's here. Houston is really fortunate. They have a tremendous medical center. We had to come here to be closer to that. I've
Okay.
been here now for quite a few years. I've made my home here, I guess you could say, in Houston. It's not
Right.
exactly my home in my heart. New Orleans always will be my home, but we've been here in Houston for quite a few years.
Okay.
So, the idea behind my fragrances or behind Hes Parfums is really to kind of channel back to my past and a time in my life where things were a little bit more carefree, things
Simpler
were all,
times.
yeah, exactly.
Simpler
And
times.
yeah, so I came into this. I mean, when I originally started with fragrances, I didn't start off as a perfumer, of course. I don't think most people do. I started off as a collector, and I collected for a long time. I was really into
Okay.
it. I got into fragrances just like a lot of people from my father. He wore fragrances, he had a nice collection. And, being his son, I used to sneak in and steal
Yep.
some. Yeah.
I got those stories with my dad as well. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
I have
Okay.
great memories of that. I don't
Absolutely.
even know what the fragrances were. I just know that they were great. I used to take them all the time. So, anyways,
Right.
as I got older, I started my own collection and I really got into that. But uh,
Okay.
6 years ago or so, I got into just kind of toying around with perfuming. I was buying kits and, just seeing what I could do. I would make like simple accords just to kind of play around with it. And it really took off. I mean, it became just a hobby that I really enjoyed, so I did that for a while. And then,
So
it,
let me ask you before we kind of get into the story, because I definitely want to hear
yeah,
this part. So did you like you said, did you just stumble into perfumery? Was it an idea? What was the initial thing that said, hey, I want to try to make my own fragrance? Because I'm always curious to hear
yeah.
from perfumers, what was it or who was it that got you walking through that door to even start testing things, man? Like, what was it? What was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting question because when I first got into it, it was not really anything like there was no intention to make a serious, anything out, not even a serious hobby really. It was just I collected fragrances and, I enjoyed, just collecting them and I wanted to see, if I could make like simple accords. I knew at that time like I wasn't going to make any actual fragrance, but just to buy some oils. If you ever buy like essential oils or something like that from a
Yeah.
store, so, sometimes you'll buy these like individual oils or these individual accords. And just out of curiosity, I would just start mixing them together. I didn't really know what I was doing, but, I just wanted to see, You know, what
Right.
would it smell like if I, and honestly, it's the same thing as like, you know, everyone here that discusses layering, you know, that idea or that passion, you know, that people get into it, you know, that some people are like diehard layering people,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And
definitely.
really what that is basically the beginning spark of a perfumer. I mean, that's what it boils down to. You have somebody that in their mind is already thinking about this mixed with this could smell like something else, and they start doing that, you know, and that's really what the core of perfuming is it's experimenting and seeing, you know, if I mix certain things together, what will the result be? And you know, and you start to learn, you know, as you do it over and over again, you could kind of learn some tricks. You know, I know that this and this mixed together kind of smells like that. Now, if I mix
Right.
that with something else, you know, maybe I can kind of build it up a little bit. But really, you know, just like layering, I mean, it's just like that idea. So when I first got into it, I went to Perfumer's Apprentice. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that website. It's a great
I've heard of
website
it.
if
Yep.
anybody wants to check it out. They sell perfumer kits. You know, they're, you know, they range in price depending on, you know, what type of skill set you want to, you know, to practice. They also do classes and things like that there. But
Okay.
I just purchased some of those kits, you know, and played with those. And that was really all I ever planned on doing, was just kind of, you know, playing with the oils. And
So you were
I mean,
curious. You were
yeah, I
curious
was just
of
curious.
just
Yeah.
so.
And I was a little bit, yeah, I was the type of person, like, just like people that layer,
Uh-huh.
instead of just focusing on taking two fragrances and layering it on, I
Yeah.
wanted to enhance fragrances that I already had that I thought could be like, I was making my own flankers basically. I'm like, oh, you
Oh.
know, this would be really nice with, you know, with a bergamot pop or something like that. Let me just
Okay.
add bergamot to it. You know what I mean? And that was
Right.
it. I just did that. And
Okay.
again, you know, when you do stuff like that, you really start to build knowledge of individual notes and how they work in the overall composition of a fragrance. So
Okay.
that was the beginning parts. Yeah.
Well, we got a super chat here, man, from my guy M3 Media, man. Two of my favorites,
Yeah.
showing love.
My
Appreciate you
brother.
watching, man. Appreciate you, man,
Yeah.
for checking it out for
You know,
sure.
M3, you know, helps me out. He's my partner in Hes
Right.
Parfums. Big shout out to him,
For
Mateo.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
he does all of our media. He does, you know, our social media, and he also helps out with the blends and testing and things like that. So
And really
yeah,
good
big bro.
job on the social media aspect, especially on Instagram, how the different videos are blended in with the graphics and the music and the
Uh,
all of that. You know, definitely a great job being done on the rollouts and everything like that, because that's important, man. If you got a brand
oh
and you got
yeah,
something out there that you want people to be interested in, well, you better present it in a way where
absolutely.
somebody can be interested in, and that is for sure.
That's
Okay, man.
actually the
So
hardest part, getting it out there. You can make
yeah,
a killer fragrance, but if
yeah.
nobody's going to take the time to smell it, then
Yeah,
you
we
know.
all we all discover new things all the time, and
Yeah,
then you look at it like, what? This been out for 10 years? So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's word of mouth, but also good promotion as well.
yeah.
Well, Hez, let's get into it. Let's get into the Hez Parfums line, okay? And I
Yeah.
have this beauty. I have one, two, three, four. I have six of your fragrances. No, excuse me. I have nine of your fragrances on my desk here, but this was the one that started it all. And I remember
Yeah.
that email that I got, Bourbon Street by Hez Parfums, and I almost brought the vintage bottle out. I have that one. I said, no, I should have brought it out. I didn't grab it, but I have the new revamp bottle here. And I remember when I got the email that day, and I had already started to see a Hez Parfum following, just kind of showing up. And I was like, okay,
Mhm.
didn't really know what it was. I didn't know what was going on with it, but then I got the email from you. So you sent the fragrance over, and you know how it is here on YouTube. Oh, did he send you? Yes, he sent me the fragrance. He sent me the fragrance,
Yeah.
and that is the truth. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was getting. But I will say this: the moment that I put my nose on Bourbon Street, I said, "Oh my goodness." I said, how was he able to create something like this at the beginning stages? I'm talking about at the beginning stages of your brand and perfumery. And I often go and I put my nose on it often. And Hez, I want to know from you, why was this the first inspiration? What was the buildup of this particular fragrance, basically being the face of the brand? Because it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. The Bourbon Street was like one of a few fragrances that I was working on at the time,
Okay.
and the other ones that I was working on were a little bit more challenging, to be honest with you. They were things
Okay.
that I made for myself. Honestly, all of these, everything that I offer is things I make for myself. That's it. I make it for
Okay.
myself. I say, yeah, this is me. I like it. I love it. Let me put it out there. Maybe other people will like it and love it too.
Yeah.
Bourbon Street was the least challenging at the time of the ones that I had available. So I said, if I'm gonna introduce myself to people, I don't really want to go out there with, here's Hez and his oud. You know what I mean? Like it,
I feel you.
it may not be the right time,
I
to do
feel you.
that.
I
So
feel you. I feel
yeah,
you.
so I grabbed, I grabbed the formula that I was working on that I thought would be the most mass appealing at the time,
Okay.
and I put a lot of focus into it. So, for the better part of 2022, I really just focused on Bourbon Street. I had it, the formula already created prior to that,
Right.
but it wasn't, completely what it is today. But when I realized that I wanted to take it and actually put it out there on the market, then I said, I'm going to put everything else to the side, focus on this one, and make it to what I thought was perfection. So that's what we ended up with.
Well, for me, man, you had me at this one because some of my favorite fragrances kind of have this DNA. And you talking about 1 million Privé, you talking about Parfums de Marly, Ojan, just the name of couple that kind of have this cinnamon apple pie, sweet, boozy type of effect in some regards to those fragrances. But has the one thing about yours is that it keeps macerating. So
Hmm.
when I first got this bottle and my vintage bottle, the juice was a little bit lighter, but
Yep.
it's starting to darken up, especially in my vintage bottle. So I sprayed it on skin yesterday because I wanted to get re-familiar with the DNA because I hadn't worn it since the winter and the fall, since the cooler air
Hmm.
had got out of here. But I want to know, you know, how many versions of this is out there before you settle on this, or did you just strike the iron hot? Like I want because the reason I ask that is for me personally, it's just a personal preference for me. Like this is my style, man. So
Yeah.
when I'm feeling, when I'm feeling fly, when I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling really cool, and I might be putting on the dope outfit, and I'm stepping out because the fall and the winter is my favorite seasons. This is something that I'm gonna put on. So I want
Yeah.
to know, was it a home run hit, or do you got 6 or 7 batches of Bourbon Street out there?
Oh yeah, this isn't actually the very first version of Bourbon Street. I mean,
Okay.
there has been times where I've been very lucky to get a good formula. I
Okay.
won't say, right out the gate because it almost never happens like that. I
Right.
mean, there's always going to be some balance, that's needed. But sometimes, it's much easier than other times. With
Okay.
Bourbon Street, it wasn't a difficult formula to make. It was difficult to settle on the final version because there's so many variations of it that are just awesome. And
Mhm.
I have, personal bottles of these variations, which I mean, I think a lot of people would really enjoy, like
Okay.
just, different top notes, slightly different bases, some of them with some, really nice oud, things like that.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so I mean, Bourbon Street can be a lot of different things,
Sure.
but
Sure. Sure.
yeah, but what I settled on was something that I thought would be, the most mass appealing in a
Okay.
sense, so I scaled back on things like oud and things like that were a little bit more divisive.
Mhm.
Um, I do have the temptation, I'll be honest with you, to release some of these versions of Bourbon Street, and it may happen at some point.
Okay.
I enjoy them a lot myself, and I think that other people may enjoy them as well. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm all
Maybe some
I'm
special editions or something.
I was just about to say I'm all for a limited edition, special
Yeah,
edition version of Bourbon Street because you really got my attention just right off the back. So when this with this being the introduction, hey man, I think in my opinion, I think that really sets you up for a lot of people to be interested on the hell of a run that you have been having with
yeah,
your releases, man. I mean, you guys are one of the most active and consistent brands that are really staying on top of people's heads, man, because I haven't begun to even be. I'm not ready to let go of the daiquiri. That was daiquiri original. That's what it's called. The daiquiri.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to let that go.
Daiquiri.
And here you come again. Here you come again with a whole nother lineup. But I can appreciate it because the variety is there, man. So I want to know from you.
Yeah.
When did you know? After the success of Bourbon Street really got off and running, man, and you really started to see, oh man, we kind of got something here. How immediately did you want to get back into the next line and the next run, which produced my favorite from the house? I'm gonna let you know what my favorite from your house is, but how quickly did you have to fight with your partners back and forth to jump back in there, or were you kind of pressed to go ahead and give something new?
Actually, in the beginning, when I first launched Bourbon Street, I was completely overwhelmed and taken aback by the amount of support that I got because I didn't expect it at all. I expected maybe somebody would give it a chance. I would get like one or two people to tell me like privately, yeah, this is okay. Maybe you need to do this or that. But yeah, I mean, to see actual videos being made and reviews, I mean, that was really tremendous. And so I was on just a high from that in the beginning. And I really, in my mind, I was already motivated. Like I had big dreams. I want to, have better packaging. I mean, because honestly, I put everything into the juice, obviously with Bourbon Street. When I first introduced it, the original bottle, it wasn't, a fancy bottle, the label was a printout label that I made myself. Everything was very basic. It was basically things that I could get myself and put together myself. All of the packaging that you see in the box, the big awkward box that it came in, all that. I did whatever I could to make it presentable, but it was still, basically me, crafting away in my office, So I wanted to have something more professional. I wanted to have something that really represented the amount of effort and quality that I put into the juice, because unfortunately, a lot of people do look at the packaging first and then kind of decide whether they want to try it afterwards. So, if you want people to take it seriously and to actually think that it's worth trying, then you have to kind of present it in such a way. So I had that in mind. But I did struggle with it quite a bit. And if anybody that's listening to this is ever interested in getting into this, there's obstacles. You're always going to have that when you start something new. Packaging is something that is always an obstacle. It's not just for me, it's for all perfume houses. But, coming into it brand new, not really knowing what to expect, I didn't realize how difficult packaging was going to be, finding bottles, things like that. So even now, I still, have trouble with it, but it is what it is. You build the best you can as you go along. So anyways, yeah, I mean in the beginning, to answer your question, in the beginning, I was pumped up, but then I kind of hit like a point where things kind of fell off a little bit. And and being new and being kind of sensitive, to not knowing what was going to happen or the feedback that I was going to get, like any minor, thing, like not getting a great review, or I never got a bad review, but if something wasn't just like perfect or whatever, then I felt like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. You have those insecurities when you're new at something. So, I got into my head a little bit in the beginning. I mean, I got into a little bit of a rut where I was like, people aren't buying this as much as they were when, videos were coming out. I wasn't getting sales and people weren't talking about it that much anymore. Other fragrances were coming out left and right, right behind it. You don't notice how many fragrances come out until you start releasing your own fragrances and you see like, wow, that was so fast, now there's like 10 more right behind it, but, so I had to get used to that. I mean, that's just the nature of it. And, now I've come to understand that, unless you're on top of your game and, when you put out a fragrance, you should already be working on that next fragrance. Yeah. I mean, you should really be several fragrances ahead of it, to be honest with you, and that's how you get a good momentum going, because some fragrances are easier than others. Some of them really do, take some time to work out the formula, get the balance just right, do all your testing and safety analysis and things like that. So, so at that point, like I didn't realize that, you know, and I was kind of riding on the Bourbon Street wave, I guess you could say. And then when the wave, you know, kind of started going down, then I felt like it was almost like, you know, am I done? Like, is that it? Can I
Right.
do another, you know, fragrance that people will accept? I didn't know if I had really like made a place for myself enough for people to just immediately support me with another fragrance release. You know, it was like almost like, you know, I should accept this great moment that I had, and then you know, put the Bourbon Street plaque on the wall, and then you know, move on with my life, kind of thing.
Right. Right.
But you know, I mean, I am passionate about this, and it's
Sure.
not something that I can just you know let go that easily. So, anyways, I you know, the long story short, I mean, I got to a point where I had to you know kind of make a decision. Am I going to get serious about this, or am I going to you know
Yeah.
be the hobby, you know, let it be a hobby?
Right.
And then, you know, I started working with Mateo, who's in the chat, M3. Big shout out
Hmm.
to M3. And you know, when he put you know his talents and his energy into promoting Bourbon Street,
Hmm.
the support came right back immediately. So like you know, that rut that I was in was basically just the fact that nobody was hearing about it anymore, and you know,
Hmm.
it just kind of fell silent. So I didn't have the skill, you know, or the know-how to get onto social media and really build, you know, a presence for myself. I mean, I want to do that, of course. I'm on here all the time interacting with everyone.
Right.
But I'm not, you know, the most computer savvy person, and you know, I'm not, you know, I'm not really a social media personality. You know what I mean? So, so I needed help with that, and that was really where I was struggling, was just kind of, you know, getting my name out there and keeping my name out there.
Right.
So Mateo really helped me out a lot with that, and you know, again, shout out to M3. I mean, he really helped me, you know, keep my name going, you know, keep the
Right.
presence going, keep you know the content flowing. And then with that, I was able to kind of focus on the fragrances, you know, get my head out of trying to stay relevant in social media, because, you know, that's a difficult thing, you know, to do whenever, you know, you know, I like to be on social media as just a guy on social media. I'm not
Right.
a, you know, I'm not a salesman in any kind of way, you know, so you won't see me on here like selling the brand in that kind of way. That's just not my personality.
Right.
But I don't really want to be that guy either. I'd rather just come on here and hang out and say hello to everybody, and you know what I mean, and like you know to do what I did before I started making fragrances.
If
But
it
at
could
the
be
same time,
also simple, Hez. If it could be that
yeah,
simple, right?
exactly, exactly. So you know you know it's good. It's good to have the balance. You know, to have somebody else to help out, do the social media stuff, do the branding stuff. You know, have that presence, because that is important for a brand to grow,
Absolutely.
and then you know allow me to focus on doing what I do. You know, I make the fragrances, I put my passion into that. You
Yeah.
know, I come on to social media and I just be myself. That's it. I don't have
Yeah.
to, you know, be worried about trying to promote anything or anything like
I feel
that.
you.
So yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. Well, I
So
mean, I can imagine. I mean, you know, with the success of Bourbon Street and really just toying around with, not toying around, but really trying to make a real life decision to see if you want to commit to really expanding the brand and continue to build the brand and really find yourself in some uncomfortable waters. I can only imagine, you know, what you deal with mentally when you're trying to, you know, give the yay or the nay on the next move and how that's going to affect everything. So kudos to you for being even brave enough, you know, to stand in the fire, so to speak, and make those decisions. And I must say, man, I'm glad that you did make those decisions, because you have a really good brand, and I'll say it again, it is gaining steam daily. I'm always seeing a conversation about some fragrance from Hez Parfums. I go to my Instagram, I go to YouTube, and it's there. And that's
yeah.
just a testament to the quality of the work. And speaking of the quality of the work, I want to get into some of my favorites
All right.
from Hez Parfums. All right.
Yeah.
Some and he has, what do you have, a total of, with the new additions,
11 now.
11? 11.
Yep.
Yeah, 11. So you have a healthy catalog
Yeah.
for a variety, so to speak, for everybody. So I'm going to get in just the three. I love more than three, but these are the three. If you had to take the rest of my Hez away, all my Hez Parfums away, just leave me these three. And it's really based off scent profile because of how they smell. I don't have no story tied to them, a suit and the tie, or I'm running on the scent profile. And my favorite from the line, every time I smell this stuff, it's a close call to Bourbon Street. But every time I smell this stuff, I say, man, he really killed this. Plum Comfiture.
I grabbed a different bottle. Nice.
Which one did you think?
Cafe Beignet. I was convinced. I was like, let me just grab this real quick.
Plum Comfiture, the plum, the oud.
Oh, yeah.
It's just my speed. Now, I'm a big fan of ouds. I'm a big fan of leathers. I'm a big fan of incense and darker notes of that nature, especially for the cooler months. So when I seen just the name plum, and I said, oh my goodness. I said, okay, I'm ready for this. But when I got my nose on this, and even smelling it now, it's even more richer than when I first got it. It was a freshness up top with this one. When I first sprayed it, it ain't there no more.
Yeah.
It ain't there no more. So the oil are still doing their thing. But this is my favorite from the house. You could take all of them away, but leave me Plum Comfiture, especially for the fall and the winter time.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I should say, I mean, and you will get that a lot from my fragrances as far as the maceration. Unfortunately, because of my size, and the fact that I'm so new, some of these newer fragrances are so new that they really haven't had a chance to master, like your bottles, at least the test bottles macerated. But by the time you get your bottle, it's pretty freshly made. So in that regard, it's going to smell good. It's going to be wearable. I think some people have the idea that if they get like an indie brand, they get an indie fragrance and, there's something noted about give it some time to macerate, that they shouldn't touch it at all. Just leave it like, sitting in the closet. It's not like that. I mean, when you get our fragrances, they're ready to wear immediately. They're going to smell fantastic. You're going to love them. But you will find that, over time, especially when you get to the 1 month mark after you receive the bottle, you're going to see that it's going to become deeper and richer. And it's because of that. Yeah. I mean, you really need, for all fragrances, a minimum of 4-week maceration to get to the true potential of it. And a lot of people know, but the reason why is because, some oils don't mix into the alcohol the same as other oils. So, they're not as homogeneous. They're not going to just readily dissolve and mix into the overall blend. It could take time for it to break down into the alcohol and fully absorb. And until that happens, the alcohol is going to evaporate a little bit faster than what it should. So that's what's happening with the maceration, is it's just blending.
I appreciate it. And also that's some great information for you to share. Especially when it comes from indie houses, the maceration process. And I'm glad that this is going to be a key piece in the live. I think I'm going to turn that into a short, what you said, because a lot of people just don't know, they're not in tune to the process of what these fragrances really have to go to reach their full potential. And a smaller brand and a smaller company like has Parfums right now, it's key. It's going to be key with your experience with your fragrances, and for sure. So I'm glad that you took the time to explain that for sure. But Plum Comfiture is definitely number 1 on my list. Number 2, go ahead and grab that bottle, Hez.
Now I can grab it.
Number 2, Cafe Beignet. The first time I smelled this, I was confused. I got confused. How in God's green earth did you get that beignet aroma? Because that's what the fragrance is. It's the aroma of the beignets that I get to this bottle. Like the aroma of fresh beignet. How did you get it? And I kept smelling it for days. For days. I would take it out of my cabinet. I would put it on my desk, and I would continue to, like I'm about to do right now, spray one spray in the air and just let it fill the room. Because when you smell the aroma of it, man, it's so desirable. It's just desirable, man. It's very gourmand, very, very, very sexy fragrance for the fall and the winter time. And I'm gonna be real with you. You could do more than wear this.
Yeah.
If you want to
Yeah.
spray up your room, or you want to spray up your bedroom, or you want to look, I'm not calling this an air freshener. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the potency of this fragrance when it's in the room, oh my God, man, it just does wonders for sure. Unisex too,
Yeah.
ladies. All of these are unisex. Check them
Yeah.
out for sure. So, Hez, Cafe Beignet, how did you do it, man?
Yeah. Well, for one, thank you very much for the
Absolutely.
compliments. Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
one of the things, like my style with studying perfume notes, aromas, and with building fragrances, especially when it comes to gourmands, is to, look for, like, I'll look at a recipe, literally in a cookbook, look at a
Hmm.
recipe, figure out exactly what goes into whatever the dish is or the
Oh wow.
baking
Okay.
thing, right? And then I'll go and research the notes that for each one of those things. And there may not be an exact note, you know what I mean? Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. If, when you're lucky, there is, but in
Right.
some
Right.
cases, you have to build your own accord. So it becomes a little bit more challenging, but I'm literally looking at the recipe first and
Okay.
basing everything that I pick material wise off of that. And then when it comes together, I mean, it is what it is just from the recipe. It just works. So, I've
Man,
never failed with that one. And pretty much all of the gourmands they start out exactly like that. I'll look at a recipe and just build out a fragrance from it.
it's in the air. Like it's
Yeah.
literally like hovering around me, man. And the aroma of it is so great. Now, Has I put Bourbon Street in a class by itself. I don't rank Bourbon Street because of one, the original DNA of Hez Parfums, and in my opinion, the face of Hez Parfums is this. So this is definitely up there with the other ones. I just kind of put it off to the side
Yeah.
and keep it there because that's why I think it deserves to be for sure. It deserves that type of respect,
Yeah. I
especially throughout your
appreciate that.
journey with creating the brand. Now, for
Yeah.
me, I'm gonna show one more. I could keep going because I love it, and then we're going to get into the new line. Anybody who's watching, for Heads to talk about the new line, we're going to get into it in just a second. We are 45 strong on the live chat right now. Thank you, everybody who is watching. If you
Yeah.
have not already, please do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up. It helps spreads the word, pushes out to the algorithm. Appreciate everybody in the chat. The chat is live. It is active. I've seen some questions. I will get to them in just a few. I have a couple of more questions for Heads, and we'll get to the questions. But Heads, the roundup, I guess my top three, so to speak, minus Bourbon Street, because we're not going to rank that one.
Hmm.
Daiquiri Original.
Yeah.
Now, a quick story about this one. When I first smelled it, I was like, huh. It had me stumped a little bit. And then I said, okay, I'm going to wear it so I can see if I can get an experience. So when I got it, I was getting some orange, and then I was getting like a little musk, orange and musk. I said, okay. But to go back on the part that you said, I knew that this needed to sit for a bit. So
Yeah.
I let it sit for a month. And I went back to it. It was a day I had to go out, and I was gonna be ripping and running and trying to get ready. Well, me and my wife just welcomed our third child. So just
Yeah.
ripping and running with my son, my oldest son, getting him ready for school and stuff like that. I threw this on.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I didn't give up on this one
Yeah.
because I got this orange, but then I got this little tart fruit, which is that blueberry.
Hmm.
And it works so well together and with the musk. So it really started to smell like a nice chilled drink when you're just kind
Hmm.
of sitting out at the beach or sitting at the bar. And I said to myself, I'm glad I didn't give up on this because
Yeah.
all I need to do was sit. So I loved it so much, I started wearing it to the gym. This is one of my gym fragrances. I
That's
wear it.
awesome.
I wear it to the
Yeah.
gym. So this is one of my favorites, Daiquiri Original. I really like this one, man. I really
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it. Yep.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it's not a super complex fragrance. It's
Right.
probably the easiest of all of the ones that I've made.
Right.
And it is orange forward, but it's not just orange. And you're right, the maceration is going to enhance those other notes. And that's
Big.
part of the
Big.
maceration issue is that, when before it's had time to macerate, all the light ends are going to evaporate super fast.
Mm-hmm.
All the heavier materials are going to just kind of hang out flat. unfortunately, on your skin. So you don't really get, the full, package all together in a nice uniform way. So sometimes
Right.
when you spray on a fresh fragrance, you will get, a big blast of the top note and maybe, not quite, the full transition that you'll get a month later when you try it. So I'm glad that you didn't give up on it. That really means
No.
a lot to me. But yeah, it is a, there's some, the other notes in there are subtle and, meant to just enhance that orange and make it not so basic. But the daiquiri that it's inspired on, the reason why, let me just go back to the
Sure.
whole, inspiration. I mean, the reason why it's called daiquiri original, not original daiquiri, is daiquiri original, is because it's inspired by an actual daiquiri that is really famous in New Orleans. They sell it at the New Orleans original daiquiri shop. That's where this
Okay.
whole original thing comes from. So New Orleans original daiquiri shop. They sell a daiquiri there that's called the 190 octane. Anybody that's from the area is probably well familiar with it if you're old enough to drink daiquiris, that is. And it's just a really popular drink. So, when I made this fragrance, I have opportunities to make fragrances that are complex and, have, tremendous, shifts and transitions as it goes through.
Sure.
But some parts of the inspiration or things that I'm trying to tie into from my story from New Orleans, they don't really need a complex, composition fragrance to tell that story. Some things are just enjoyable and
Yeah, for
easy to
sure.
go. So,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
that's what this kind of represents. It's the more laid back, I'm gonna go grab a daiquiri, hang out somewhere, just
I
enjoy the
agree.
day. Nothing major. And that's what this is meant for. Like if you're gonna wear this exactly the same occasion that you would buy one of those daiquiris. You
Yeah.
want to go hang out, it's a hot day, you're going
Yeah,
outside.
chilling, man.
Yeah, nothing serious, spray
Yep.
this on. I guarantee you're gonna smell great, but it's not gonna, people aren't gonna stop and be like, what am I smelling here? They're gonna say, oh, I smell orange, I smell fruit, I smell,
Yeah.
So that is what it is. But I
Yeah, it's a
I do enjoy
situational
it.
fragrance for sure, for me, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I enjoy it a lot. I mean, I think that it's great in the high heat. I
Yeah,
went
it
through
is. It
quite a
is.
bit of it
It
this
is.
summer.
And that's why I got my revelation of it. It was it's still dog days of summer down here in
Oh
Jacksonville.
yeah, yeah. Here in
So
Houston
yeah.
too.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
98, 99 degrees, and I'm running out of the house to go take care of some things.
yeah,
And yeah, that's when the revelation got like, oh my goodness, okay, all right, I see what's
yeah,
going on here with it. Because as soon as my skin warmed up and it wasn't a cloud in sight, hey,
yeah,
Daiquiri Original really started to do some really nice things, and I enjoy wearing this. I
yeah.
said, you know what? I'm gonna start wearing this to the gym, and now it's
Hmm.
turned into my gym fragrance because I go to the gym, I
Nice.
work out, I play basketball. My skin kind of gets, the temperature goes up on my skin, and it's
Yeah.
flourishing. It's not something that's gonna offend nobody. It ain't
Oh
gonna choke
yeah. Yep.
nobody out. So yeah,
Yep.
it just kind of works. All right.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, Hez, my friend, you just rolled out and debuted your. Is this your third line this year or your second?
This would be the third. Yeah.
Your
I mean,
third.
first we had Bourbon Street, then we came out with the Cafe Beignet, Plum Confecture, and Daiquiri Original. And then recently we came out with the summer line, which was the Raspberry Electric, the Blue
Yep.
Bayou, Big Easy Tropical, and and Hand Grenade.
And
And
all that's
then,
this year.
oh yeah, yeah.
Incredible,
And,
man.
and now we have the new three that we just
Okay.
released. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off, man. And we're gonna get to the one that's got me tripping last. All right. But let's go ahead and start off with Hurricane. All right, I'm gonna start off with Hurricane. And I wore this yesterday on the first half of my day. All right, I wore it. And immediately I got this fruitiness that just was really overwhelming the first two sprays when I sprayed this yesterday morning. And then I started to get kind of in the mindset like a daiquiri original.
Hmm.
It started to put me in that mind. Now they don't smell alike, but the feeling of what I was getting when I wore this, I got that. So I got a little bit more sweeter tones to it from I think it's cherry in here, if I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
correct?
Yep.
There's some
Yeah.
cherry in here. I know there's some orange in here because it's like my nose picks up orange. I don't
Oh yeah.
care. somebody could be putting the orange around the corner and I'll smell it. So I don't know what it is about my nose and orange, but I know that it's in here. So Hurricane, tell me about Hurricane, the basis of it, and just the overall, your overall thoughts on the delivery of Hurricane.
Yeah. So Hurricane is actually one of the most popular, famous cocktail drinks in New Orleans. It comes from Pat O'Brien, restaurant and bar, famous there. But it comes from back in the days of like Prohibition and those times when they would make these mixed drinks and try to hide the fact that there was liquor being served.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, even this, I mean, honestly, I've gotten in so much trouble with these Hurricanes. I probably shouldn't have made this fragrance. It just reminds my wife. They're really popular, but yeah, I mean, this is, I wanted this to be exactly what the Hurricane is. Again, I go to the recipes, when I make something, I'm trying to make it exactly what it is and try to, capture it the best way I can. So in here, you have cherry, you have lime, you have, you have orange, you have passion fruit, pineapple, 3 different types of booze. ISOE, super, musk, woods. I put, some things in the base to just kind of carry it out and drag out the fruitiness even longer. So what you're going to get is basically a very fruity, very juicy, sweet, boozy fragrance. That's what it is. Through and through.
And I could be wrong, but I can tell once this continued to do its thing, the oils and do its thing in this bottle, I got a feeling that this is going to come off as a little bit more intoxicating than fresh that it does now. And the reason I say that is because as this was drying down on my skin, and I just I always spray like 2 sprays inside of my arm so I could just go, reference back to it throughout the day. And as it was drying down, that's what was left. It was this intoxicating fruitiness that was just still there. And I thought it was gone from the opening, but it wasn't. So I got a feeling as this continues to do its thing, that's going to be the feature of this fragrance. But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, somebody asked me why didn't I release this in the summer line? Because this comes across almost as a freshie, and it is probably the freshest. I mean, it is the freshest out of the 3 that I just released. Yeah. Well, maybe I don't know. It's fresh. Let's just put it that. But it's not what I would consider really a summer freshie. I mean, this, I intended it more for the transition for, it's like, where you are and where I am, it's still really pretty hot. But in the fall, this is good for that type of, fall environment.
Especially during the day, on the weekend. You just kind of hanging out during the fall. Yeah, definitely. And I can see why, Daiquiri Original, why somebody will probably think, why was this not a part with like all the fresh fragrances from the last run? And the reason I get, because the fruit in here is that much more sweeter. So it's not as tangy as the orange and the blueberry in Daiquiri Original. So, but I get it. I get
it. It's not that you can't wear this in the summer. I mean, it's perfectly fine for the summer. It's just that it's just that my intention or my mindset when I made it was to go a little bit harder than I typically would with a hot summer fragrance. So
believe it or not, I'm going to save the one that's most interesting last for me. And I can't wait to ask you the questions that I have for that. But let's go ahead and get into the next one from this lineup. And here you go, doing it again. All right. So Cafe Beignet and Bourbon Street, these gourmandish style of fragrances that you just capture really the essence of what you're going for very, very well. You've done it again. Now, banana bread Banshee. All right. I got a sample of that right here. And I love banana bread. My wife knows how to make a homemade banana bread. I love banana bread muffins. I even eat my kids' little miniature banana nut bread muffins when they're not.
Oh, yeah. Those don't last here.
When they're not looking. So when I saw this come out of that package, I said, okay, he's really up against it here. And
I hid
man,
it.
Hez,
I hid it in there so that you wouldn't see it at first. You had to like open some stuff
I
up
did,
and then.
I did. And man, I'm just gonna spray 3 sprays of this in the air and let it fill the room real quick, man. This is ridiculous, Hez. This is ridiculous how you were able to capture. Y'all follow me for a second, okay? The warmth of the banana bread banshee is here. It's warm. The bananas, the cinnamon, like when you pull the oven door down and the aroma escapes the oven, and it's just in I can't wait for my wife to smell this when we're done. I had to take a seat because I said, I don't know what he doing over there, but he gonna have to explain to me what's going on. Because this is incredible, man, how you were able
Thank
to
you.
capture the essence. And I might be a little biased. Okay, I might be because I love banana nut bread. Okay,
Yeah.
I might be, but no, what I ain't biased on is how good this is. Hez, talk to me, man. One, where did the idea come to do a banana nut bread fragrance? And then 2, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Let's do number 2 first. You're welcome. Yeah. Well, I'm also a banana bread junkie.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
I just can't control myself really,
Yeah, I
honestly,
love it.
around it.
I love
So it really just comes from that place. I mean, this is probably the least inspirational backstory out of the fragrances,
Okay.
but nevertheless, I just love banana bread. That's basically what it boils down to. And
Yes, I love it.
you know, it goes into our gourmand line. What you're gonna see is that as you've already seen, is we have some themes going here. You know, we have
Yeah.
some gourmands, we have some daiquiris and cocktails, we have
Yep.
some things that are related to the swamp, some things that are related to certain sites in New Orleans, and we
Man.
really want to kind of go in those directions and isolate those lines into something much more, where
Right.
each of them become a thing unto themselves and we can, deliver, a whole experience. I mean, really
Man.
what I want to do is I want to take you on a tour of New Orleans through my own eyes, through my own nose, through my own experiences. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you different things that I've personally experienced that I appreciate in myself and my history,
Man.
Cafe Beignet, I love Cafe Du Monde, and it's such a big part of who I am, from
Yep.
my past. All of these, every single fragrance represents, like I said at the beginning, it's not just about New Orleans, it's about me and my experiences in New Orleans. I'm not there anymore, but this is my way of being there. This is my way of continuing, to experience, the culture that I love and the place that I love, even when it's not possible for me to be there. And,
That's dope. That's dope.
yeah.
That's dope. Man, I want to read off some of the notes here. The top note, we got banana and lemon. In the mid, we have cinnamon, caramel, and chocolate. And in the base, we have brown sugar, a bread note, y'all, vanilla and sandalwood. And I can't emphasize it enough. Go get you some. I don't care how you want to make it. Go get you some banana nut bread. Okay. Put it in the oven, heat it up, or make it from scratch, however you want to do it. And as soon as you open up that oven door, that is what this smells like. Now,
Mhm.
I have this cozy boy thing that I do in the wintertime. Very cozy boy fragrances when I'm lounging around the house, fresh out of the shower. My wife is like, why are you wearing a hoodie around the house with the hood on your head? Like you're not outside. But these are what I wear, y'all.
Yeah.
These are what I wear when I'm in cozy boy mode.
Mhm.
And these 2 fragrances, now I'm not going to lie, I won't wear nothing like this to work. I'm not going to wear this to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
keep
It's
it.
not meant for that. Yeah.
This is very specific. And I can look, I say it all the time. Fragrances have a purpose.
Hmm.
However you want that purpose to be for your fragrance, that's totally up to you. But for me, around the house, banana nut bread, I'm getting another bottle. I'm going to get a bottle. And Cafe Beignet cozy boy action, y'all.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
what this. So, fellas, if you got you a on fire relationship out there, and things are really cool between y'all, and y'all do a lot of chilling and watching movies or testing out wines or whatever y'all do, y'all chilling in the crib on a fall winter night, and you want to smell like something that's gonna have a confused a little bit, man, get that banana nut bread, man.
You may want to bring an actual banana bread with you to back up. They may be disappointed by the time you reveal there's no actual banana bread.
You're gonna get hungry. You're gonna get hungry. Everybody's gonna get hungry because
false advertising, you know.
I am very impressed by this, Hez.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah,
very impressed. Really this is a definitely great one that you guys were able to produce for sure. All right.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, Hez. We have one left that we're going to discuss. And Hez, I'm confused by this one. Not because of what it's called, but the DNA. So I do have some questions on how you came up with this. So next we're going to be talking about Blue Dog. Now, one of the coolest names ever for a fragrance for sure. But when I smelled this, I sprayed it in the air constantly. I sprayed it on my skin and I sprayed it on the tester strip. And I was able to grab spice, some sweetness. I was able to grab almost a kind of like an aphrodisiac-y type of experience for me when I was smelling it. So I'm all over the place with this fragrance, so I don't have like one opinion about it. So that's why I want to hear from you, Hez. What's Blue Dog?
Blue Dog, yeah. Blue Dog is probably it's the easiest reach, I think, maybe out of my entire line. I mean, at least that's my impression of it for people. It's a more mass appealing, DNA. I think a lot of people would find this wearable. Like some of the other things are more specific for certain occasions.
Okay.
Blue Dog is, more versatile. You can wear it in different occasions. You can wear it in hot weather, cold weather. But what I wanted was not just something that was versatile that you could wear in all these different occasions. I wanted something that actually changed with the occasion. Okay, you can wear it in the hot weather, you can wear it in the cold weather, but you're not going to get the same thing. It's going to be different depending on that occasion. So that's what it is. It's going to be a shifting fragrance. So this is going to be one, like Daiquiri Original. It's more of a basic DNA. It's meant to just be a good smelling, warm weather type DNA. This is something that's going to transition a lot. It's going to transition all the way down to the dry down. So you're going to start off with that citrus, bright, peppery, opening, and it's going to, change into, incense and amber, and there's vetiver in there. It's going to take you in a whole different direction. You're going to experience, the whole thing is going to be a journey. Now, just to kind of explain what the Blue Dog is, I guess some people may not know, like what. I've even had, people ask me if this was my dog or whatever it is. And although it is a cute dog, I mean, I have a golden retriever. But the Blue Dog is really it's a big symbol and a big aspect of New Orleans culture. So what the Blue Dog is, it's actually a series of paintings, famous paintings. And it's based off of a legend. It's a Cajun legend, or it originated as a French legend, but it became a Cajun legend of a werewolf, essentially. It's funny because it's depicted as a very non-threatening blue dog. I couldn't use the actual paintings for copyright issues or whatever, but I do encourage everyone, to Google it. They're beautiful paintings, and they come in all kinds of very vibrant colors, with all different types of New Orleans style backgrounds. And what it is it's a Cajun legend of a werewolf that, is a man who transitions into a dog eventually, and it's depicted as kind of this non-threatening, dog, usually with a bottle of vodka nearby. So one of the things you'll notice is there is actually vodka in Blue Dog. Right. I don't know if you can pick it up. It's not a heavy vodka, but it's there just to represent that. And then it goes into a full swamp creature. So in Cajun, the swamp creature is called the rougarou. In French, it's called the loup-garou. Joel may be able, I don't know if they have that up there, but the rougarou is basically a little bit of more of an intimidating swamp creature it's something that actually lives in the swamps and can attack people or things like that. The blue dog is more of the non-threatening, that transition, and what it represents is basically kind of the mischievous aspects of New Orleans life and culture. People party, they drink, they change a little bit, they change back.
Interesting. This is so
Yeah.
interesting. So
Now
interesting.
that after Hurricane Katrina, the blue
Hmm.
dog became a big, even more big in New Orleans. It became kind of a symbol of rebirth for New Orleans
Right.
because, you know, just like the blue dog, it's ever changing. It's going different colors. It's changing from a man to a dog and back again. The city itself was completely
Yeah.
transformed.
Yeah.
And anyone that lived in New Orleans, during Katrina, after Katrina, knows that the city, had to be completely rebuilt. A lot
Yeah.
of the people that lived there had to leave and weren't able to come back. New people came in, the culture changed a little bit, the
Right.
architecture changed a little bit because everything was destroyed. And what you've seen afterwards was as New Orleans was being built back up, that the blue dog became kind of a symbol of that, the rebirth, and they put blue dog stuff everywhere. I mean, it's
Okay.
all over town. Yeah, you could see it. So I
Interesting.
really wanted to represent that here, so blue dog is actually connected to Blue Bayou. That's, you see
Right. Right.
Blue
Right. Right.
Bayou, Blue
Right. Right.
Dog. Blue Bayou represents the swamp by itself. It's meant to smell a little bit like the swamp. It's,
Yeah.
it's marine. It's a little bit herbal. Blue Dog represents, the legend of the swamp.
Right.
And yeah, so they are connected, and it's basically just a transformed version, of Blue Bayou. Now they're not the same fragrance at all.
No. No. They're not.
You wouldn't smell a similarity, but they're kind of meant to go,
I got, and I can see
at
that.
like a series. Yeah,
And this was the one that was the most interesting. I don't have the greatest nose of all time, but I can smell different things and different fragrances, just like all of you who are watching and people who are into it. Everyone's nose is different, but this stumped me. It stumped me. The only thing I was able to get was a little bit of spice and a little bit of sweetness, and then after that, I went around the world, so I had to go look at the notes to see where you were going. So this is one that I'm going to have close to me, and I'm going to have to spend a lot of time with it because I
yeah.
want to get an understanding of this. So kudos to you for that, because
Thank you.
in the fragrance world, it's when you smell something, you got it. Okay, I got it. I got what this is. But every once in a while, you get a hold of a fragrance that kind of has you like, okay, all right. I don't really know here. And I appreciate you breaking it down, and the story that you told, everything tied with this was just amazing. I'm like, wow, he actually sits there and thinks of all this before
Oh
he
yeah, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like wow, like kudos to you again for even being able to tie it all in and put in the fragrance, man. So definitely
yeah.
a great job. Now, this line is available right now, correct?
Yeah, it sure is on our website right now. You can get all of our fragrances. We were sold out during the summer on some things. We were running some excellent sales, so they went really fast.
Yep.
We're back in stock on everything now. Everything is back available on the website. So yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to check anything out,
And I have the information in the description. All right. You can go in and click the link for Hez Parfums and take a tour on the website of not only I think we talked about a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 out of the 10 fragrances I believe that we talked about tonight. But we do have something special for y'all. Hez was kind enough to let me know before the chat, hey, we could do a giveaway. All right. So Hez, can you tell the Smell Good family what's going to be the giveaway, and I'll let everybody know what they're going to do to enter the giveaway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just thought, it's a nice time. We're coming together. I like to share as much as I can and do as much as I can. And I know Dedrick's the same way. So
Yep.
I felt like if we're gonna come together on a stream, we got to give
Appreciate that.
something away. Yeah.
Appreciate
So
that.
anyway, yeah. So what I want to do is give away 3 5 mLs, one of each of the new fragrances.
Yep.
And then, Dedrick, I'll leave it up to you to decide how to pick the winner.
Right.
But as far as once the winner is picked, if you want to just reach out to me at info@hezparfums.com, that's my email. Again, info@hezparfums.com. just shoot me an email. Let me know, that it's you. I'll confirm with Dedrick, of course, and then let me know your shipping address, and I'll ship that straight out tomorrow. So, or not tomorrow, actually, it's Sunday, but
Right.
ship it out on Monday. How about that?
Well, there you go, guys. We got a giveaway here. So you're going to get a 5 ml of the new line from Heads Parfums for the upcoming fall season. You got Hurricane. All right. We have but Banana Bread Banshee, man. This is crazy. All right, what he has going on here. And we have Blue Dog. All right. So here's what we're going to do. All right. We're going to do the giveaway for, it's probably going to be for the people that are in this stream. All right. Because we appreciate you guys rocking. So if you're watching on the replay, you can enter as well. This is all we need you to do to enter the giveaway. I'm going to leave this up for 48 hours. All right. Starting tomorrow morning. And then on Tuesday morning, I am going to select the winner, all right, via random comment. So all you got to do is like this stream, all right? You also have to be following Hez on Instagram, all right, Hez Parfums Instagram, and you have to be following myself on YouTube, like the video, like the stream, all right, and just down below in the comments, let me know, let Hez know why are you interested in owning, if you don't own any yet, of owning or experiencing the Hez Parfums line. Give us just a quick thought process of what do you think about Hez and the Hez Parfums line. Leave it in the comments of this video. All right. YouTube Picker will randomly pick the winner. I will get the information. I will get your information. I will shoot it to Hez. And then you will be the winner. So 48 hours. All right. Tuesday morning, the winner will be selected. I will let you guys know whatever video I have dropping that morning. I will let you guys know on that video because I don't do the community post. I don't do none of that because y'all know how those scammers are out there. I got somebody trying to scam in the 8K giveaway a couple of weeks ago. So we ain't doing that. All right. So again, like the video. All right. Be subscribed to the channel. Follow Hez Parfums on Instagram. All right. And down below in the comment box of this stream. All right. Just drop a line of your thoughts on Hez Parfums. Simple as that. Simple enough. I think so.
Pretty simple. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, man, this has been an awesome time, man. We still have 40 people rocking with us on the live stream, man.
It's incredible.
Thank you, man, for your time. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate you having me. And again, I mean, you've been one of my biggest supporters since the very beginning. I reached out to so many people in the beginning, and not everybody responded, and I don't fault them for that. It's a busy, and there's so many fragrances coming out.
Sure.
But the people that did respond, like you, I mean, I really appreciate it. It's so much love for you and everything that you do. And the same for the Smell Good family, all of you guys. I love coming here on the chats and seeing everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just tremendous. So much love to everybody. Honestly.
Thank you, Hez. Thank you. Yeah, Hez is he's really here, man. He jumps in the live streams and he chats and talks it up no matter what we got going on the stream. So Hez is really active, in the community. And I've had nothing but great experiences with Hez. Truly humble, genuine guy. And I just really enjoy seeing his growth from when I first got that email about Bourbon Street to where he is now. It's truly nice to see someone putting their all into something and grinding and trying to figure it out as they go and continue to reap success and benefits. So Hez, I truly hope that you continue to experience massive success with your creations and the best wishes of health and financial stability for yourself and your family, man. Genuinely, that's how I feel, and I wish that for you, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Seriously. Thank you so much, brother, and the same for you. Also,
thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us, and we'll have Hez back on another time because at the rate he's going, we're gonna have to have him back so he can continue to talk to us about some of these fantastic creations that him and his team are putting together over at Hez Parfums. Check out the website, y'all. The description, the information is in the description of this channel. The giveaway will be 48 hours starting tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, for those who are watching, I'm not going to make a post about it. It's just for the people who decided to hang out in this stream and watch the playback. If you missed out on the giveaway, you should have watched. All right. You
Yep.
should have watched. All right. So that's how we're going to do it. All right. Hey, is any final remarks, man, before we get you out of here, brother?
No, just want to say thank you again. Thank you to everybody. And yeah, look forward to seeing everybody in the chat. I'll be there.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday night. Enjoy football or MMA or hanging out or whatever y'all got going on. Y'all be safe out there about it. Enjoy your Sunday. All my football fans, week 1 tomorrow. I know I'm excited. So I won't be doing nothing with my life but watching NFL football and maybe doing some editing. All right. So you guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy your time. Have a great week next week. And I appreciate you guys once again for joining myself and Hez for live stream 52. Until next time, y'all be cool. All right. Splack it up. Splack it down. Splack it that thing all around. All right. Y'all be cool, man. Take it easy.
Much love, bro.
Yes, sir.